We all know that our government doesn't seem to be able to handle money. They always spend more than what they bring in, whether it's to buy votes or just spending of who knows what. They don't even know, really. This is an example of what happens when that overspending and the debt and the overprinting of money and all the inflation gets so far out of hand that it cannot be controlled. On screen is a 100 mark bill from Germany in 1920. We flip it over and sure enough it still says 100 mark. This next bill here comes from 1923. Just 3 years later, 50 million mark. And they were printing it so fast they didn't have time for the ink to dry and print on both sides. The other side is blank. Here's another bill from 1923, 100 million mark. Again, the back side is blank. They didn't have time for the ink to dry. So in 1920, you needed 100 mark to buy an item. For that same item in 1923, you need 100 million mark. So in today's terms, if you had $1 million in 1920, in 1923, that $1 million would have the value of $1. That's what happens when it gets out of control. This has happened in multiple countries. When it happens and how fast it happens and how fast it takes off, it varies by country, by economy, a lot of varying things. But in Germany, a wheelbarrow was worth more than what the entire wheelbarrow full of money was. And that will happen here if we do not get our finances of our federal government under control.